Welcome to the Better Life Podcast. I'm April. Glad you're here today. Are you ready to get your happy back? Are you ready to choose happy every single day? That's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to take you back several years ago when my kids were smaller. We were getting ready for church on one Sunday. We were pastoring a church in Arlington. I was almost ready when I heard the scream of one of my kids say, "Mom, come quick." We can imagine I ran into the other room, and there in the bathroom, the toilet was overflowing to kingdom come. It was yucky. It was gross. I was putting towels down to clean up the mess when I heard another kid from upstairs say the same thing, "Mom, come quick." Went upstairs. That toilet was overflowing, coming through the vent, coming down into the other bathroom. Long story short, 4 toilets began to overflow in our house that day. It was official. The toilet demon had entered our house. I was standing there almost in disbelief that all of this had just taken place. I began to look around. I assessed the mess. I calculated those loads of laundry. All you moms know what I'm talking about. I cringed at the thought of all of us having to change clothes, and the reality was I wanted to cry. But then in the midst of all the mess, I began to laugh. And I don't mean just lighthearted laugh. I mean it was laughing from deep down. I can't even explain it because I definitely surprised myself. I think I had gotten to the point that it was so bad that it actually became funny to me. Hesitantly, my kids began to laugh. We all just burst out into laughter while gazing at the destruction and mess right in front of us. I'll never forget that day. I wish I could say that I always reacted that way, laughing instead of crying or yelling or both. It was only by the grace of God that it happened that way. I mean, the reality is life happens. Times get tough, they get ugly and smelly, and the unexpected things happen, and it's easy to react. Here's a thought. What if we really made an effort to do something else? What if we really made an effort to not give people a piece of our mind, but instead a piece of our heart? What if in the midst of all the mess, we changed or shifted our perspective? I mean, were toilets overflowing really the end of the world for me? It may have seemed so at the moment, but in the big scheme of life, it wasn't. The reality was I still had my family, my house, my health. We still made it to church a little bit late, but we made it. See, circumstances cause us to look at everything that's going wrong in our lives, which takes away from everything that's going right, which causes us then to be unhappy and unfulfilled. So you have to realize that there are forces working against you every single day to steal your happy. The scripture says that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He wants to steal our joy. He wants to steal our happiness. That's a device of the enemy. You have to change your focus. You have to change your perception. You have to shift your outlook. See, because when you focus on the good gets better. When you focus on the negative, it becomes more negative in your world. Happy is a choice. Happy is a decision. We all get the same 24 hours in every single day. It's how we choose to live those hours that matter. Why not choose happy? John Lennon said when I was 5 years old, my mom always taught me that happiness was the key to life. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment, and I told them they didn't understand life. See, folks, some people live in a life-giving, happy, love-filled world. And some people live in an angry, bitter-filled world. It's the same world. You've got to choose to find happy, to be happy, and to live happy. That means we can't allow our current circumstances to override our choice to be happy. Abraham Lincoln said, "Folks are usually about as happy as they make up their minds to be." Now that's a true statement because happiness levels are about 50% genetic, 10% circumstantial, and about 40% choice. Did you hear that? In other words, a large part of our happiness is under our control. Now, what causes us to be unhappy? Well, worrying, unforgiveness, holding grudges, comparison, waiting till the weekend, waiting till we have money in the bank, hanging out with unhappy people, or getting stuck in the past. Or maybe you just won't allow yourself to be happy. Happiness is not determined by what's happening around you, but rather what's happening on the inside of you. Happiness is an inside job. It's not about your circumstances, it's a way of life. See, happy people focus on what they have. Unhappy people focus on what they're missing. Happy people are confident, they're optimistic, they're more likely to have fulfilling relationships. Happy people live with purpose. Now listen to this one. Happy people are more likely to have happy children. Happiness is a skill about becoming the manager of your emotions. Oh, y'all, that's so good. Happiness is a choice. And that's not to say that sometimes it's a hard choice. Why? Because you have to be nice instead of being angry. You have to forgive even when you want to get revenge. You have to choose to find the good even though all you see is the bad. Happiness is like a muscle. It needs to be stretched. It needs to be worked out. It has to be trained to see the good and the positive in life. It's not living in denial that bad things might be happening. Instead, it's a shift in our way of thinking. Bad things might be happening, but I'm going to make it through all of this. I have my health, I have my family, and together we can make it through. What you do today matters. The thoughts that you're thinking today matters. Don't wait for someone else to bring you happiness. Find it from within. And then make an effort to stop focusing on all the bad in your life. You just might start noticing the good when you stop focusing on the bad. And then happy people choose to focus on the best in people, the brighter moments in life and the beauty and the blessings surrounding them. Have you ever been around people who just seem positive and uplifting and encouraging and always find the good? That's what happy people do. How can we work toward being happy? Now, you may say, April, you don't know what's going on in my life. I don't. But I know that in the midst of all the bad, we can find the good. We can make the choice, the decision to be happy. Again, don't wait for happiness to miraculously appear in your world. You got to work toward it. What's some of the ways we can work toward being happy? Well, I'm not going to dwell on this because I talk about it a lot, but we've got to forgive. If you hold on to unforgiveness, you hang on to a negative state of mind. Forgiving means you open up more positive chapters of your life. Forgive and get rid of those negative emotions. Negativity and happiness, hard to stay together. Another way, forget about the past. Leave the past in the past. Don't allow it to have control over your today or your future. You know, when you're sitting there dwelling on a past that's maybe full of failures, mistakes, bad decisions, how can that work towards you being happy? You've got to stop thinking about the past. Another way is become grateful daily. There's always something to be grateful for. Then focus on the bright side. If you're constantly focusing on the negative, you're actually wasting time that you could be enjoying your life. Again, negativity breeds negativity. But if you focus your energy on the bright side of life and your future will change for the better. You want to be happy today? Then listen, you don't have to be right. You don't have to have the final word. You don't have to be in control. You have to stop playing the blame game. You have to stop complaining, stop criticizing, stop negative self-talk. Stop waiting for Friday to be happy. Be happy on Monday. Stop trying to convince yourself you are unworthy of happiness. Start believing that you truly deserve happiness. Did you know that happiness can counteract the negative effects stress has on our bodies? It really can. Happiness is a natural stress reliever. I like the saying that stress really doesn't go with my outfit anyway. Every 60 seconds you spend upset is a minute of happiness that you'll never get back. The real truth, y'all, is happy people bring out the happy in people. There are so many reasons to be happy. Hey, let's just think about it. You're alive, you're breathing, you had another chance at another day. Happiness is always available. Success isn't really the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. And a happy life isn't a perfect life. A happy life is looking beyond the imperfections and deciding to be happy. Hey, y'all, it's a good day to be happy. Today, why don't you make happiness a priority? And always remember, happiness is not a destination, it's a way of life. I hope today that you choose happiness in all your decisions. And no matter what life throws your way, you can say, I'm going to make it through this. God is on my side. I'm choosing to be happy. I want to ask you, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I would love for you to do that today. Don't forget Better Life Night coming on March the 3rd in Arlington, Texas. I would love to meet you. I would love to see you there. Until this time next week, I hope you have an amazing day.